I'll do the rest.
And welcome to Rune Reviews spoiler cast. Excuse me, starting off to a great start. For DC's third movie in its extended universe, which would be Suicide Squad.
Suicide is a useful way to put it.
So here on Rune Reviews, what we're gonna do in the spoiler class means we're spoiling the fuck out of the movie. So if you have not seen Suicide Squad, which I'd be surprised if you were listening to this and hadn't, go see it first and then come back and listen to this episode. I'm gonna go with Feek, and Feek's gonna give us a synopsis of the movie. Can't speak today, guys.
It's all right. It's all right. I mean, you're just flabbergasted. Suicide Squad tells the story of a ragtag group of, we'll say, C and B villains from various different DC comic continuities. They come together after all being captured through the efforts of various superheroes and, of course, Viola Davis's Amanda Waller. Who decides that she wants to put together a task force for completing quote-unquote suicide missions made up of these specially gifted villains, which after their first, well, no, it wasn't even their first mission. Something that quickly goes wrong, and they are sent on their first mission, and that's kind of it. Is this pretty much the plot?
Yeah, and we have
it's not a lot of story.
Mystical, magical totems that become it.
Yeah. You either have somebody who, I don't want to do this, man. I'm not about this anymore. Or you have somebody who's like, I want to kill everybody. And we're going to do it in slow motion with like songs like Queen playing behind it.
Before we
so basically, and this is my favorite. I'm stealing from Movie Bob, who's my favorite movie critic on the internet. Basically, if Hot Topic made a movie.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Accurate.
Before we get into harsh criticisms or thoughts about the movie, let's get into the cast, which I find to be the least problematic part of this movie.
Definitely best part of the movie.
Raven, could you go over the cast for me?
The cast includes Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn, Jared Leto as the Joker, Will Smith as Deadshot, Carol Delvane as Enchantress, Jay Courtney as Captain Boomerang, Joel Kinnaman, I don't recognize him offhand, Viola Davis as Amanda Waller.
Joel Kinnaman was Rick Flag.
Okay.
Yeah. He's from RoboCop.
Oh, okay. I knew I recognized his face.
And then I practiced this before, Adewale Akinnuoye Abdaji as Killer Croc. And then Ben Affleck was Batman.
And that's
anybody.
Killer Croc was Mr. Echo for those of y'all who watched Lost or anything like that, or at a BC if you watched whatever.
Or the black guy in The Mummy.
Or the black guy in The Mummy.
I don't remember.
Mummy 2.
The first got Jason Bourne killed. let's just keep the rabbit hole going down.
Now, this will be funny to do for certain actors. Anyway, let's get back on.
So what we do, we're going to go around and give a couple of things that we liked about the movie before we pile on. I'll start with Raven. Ray, what'd you like about the movie?
I would say that first, I like Jared Leto's Joker. Mm-hmm. I would say I don't think that it's a terrible Joker. I think that he did a really good job of making his Joker distinct from other people's Joker. You know, where his Joker is more like I'm having fun, but I'm still kind of like a criminal bad guy versus maybe like the tortured soul Joker that was, what's his name? The one that died.
Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger's, versus Heath Ledger's Joker. So he differentiates himself that way. I think that Will Smith was Will Smith in this movie, which, you know, isn't bad, but I mean, isn't terrible. You know, everybody likes Will Smith, I guess. So I did like that. And then I also liked Harley Quinn.
Absolutely. What about you, CY? What'd you like about it?
You know, I liked the set design a lot. I'm on weird shit with this movie. I like the set design. I like the color choices a lot. I like the fight scenes were really dope. Just the way that you got to see Everybody used their different individual skills. They did a really good job of kind of giving everybody just enough light to be like, oh, that's dope. Oh, that's dope. Harley had her moment when she was in the office, and then Will had his moment, or Deadshot had his moment when he was on top of the cop car going crazy. So I enjoyed those parts of the movie. Those parts were dope.
What about you, Feek?
I like the character beats when they made sense. Like that was probably the best part. I like that Amanda Waller was probably as accurately portrayed as any comic book character, like in the history of comic book movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was. I would add that in too. Yeah, I would add that too.
Go ahead.
No,
we'll come back.
Yeah.
Ben Affleck's Batman came in. He looked a little fat for some reason to me, but he was dope in his moments. I actually like Will Smith as. I mean, I'm trying to figure out if I was watching him as Will Smith or if I was watching him as Deadshot. But even that in of itself is a plus. It's usually just Will Smith in a movie playing Will Smith. Y'all know how I say that all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I like the really good. There was some really, really unexpectedly good character beats, like Will Smith with his daughter. The first scene when Batman takes him out, like that was pretty powerful. I wasn't expecting that. I almost got dusty for a second. Like anything with kids gets a nigga dusty if it's done well. Diablo in the little furnace, like his little just short monologue. Like I was like, oh shit, that nigga hit him with some fucking Confucius right there. I wasn't expecting that either. Just, all the little character beats were really dope.
Yeah. For me, it's really interesting because I'm torn about Amanda Waller. Like it's an accurate portrayal up to a certain point. So I'll put her in my positives right now, but she'll probably be in my negatives as well. A little later on. I gotta say, Batman, they used him the right amount of time.
Yep.
And for the correct purpose. It was like a driving force. It wasn't.
No, they did. I feel like they did a good job with Batman and Joker. They didn't do too much or too little. Like I was like, okay, cool.
So, I'm gonna let you finish before I start disagreeing with niggas. Yeah, I got beef
I know
both of y'all.
Right.
Okay,
it's about to be all three of y'all, depending on what Aaron said.
So this is the thing. I also like the portrayal of Joker. I just don't think he needs to be in this movie.
Fair.
See, now it's only two because that's exactly what I was.
That's what I was gonna say. I think that they spent a lot of time on Harley Quinn, which the only reason that I'm kind of like potentially giving it a pass is because I don't know if that's gonna play into something later, especially since I see how they're trying to like evolve a universe. But overall, I'm like, well, we could have spent more time talking about people who were actually like playing a big part in the movie, like Killer Croc.
Yeah.
Right.
We barely talked about him, but we spent all this time on Harley Quinn and the Joker. And I mean, they weren't even, they're not the main focus of the movie.
Yeah, well, I'm still in. Let's stay in positives. Let me stay in positives.
Oh, sorry.
So
I'm holding my tongue too, right?
Yeah,
I'm holding my tongue.
Sorry.
One other thing I do like is Diablo. I thought that Diablo was really well played, and I think his story made the most sense throughout the movie. Because he was the only one that actually had a real story arc. Even as terrible as the writing was on it, at least they tried with his.
I like Enchantress story arc. I like that.
I gotta.
I don't know anything about Enchantress, but you don't often see the.
Well, I don't know anything about Enchantress. I like the concept, but it was so wasted. Well, no, let's Aaron finish.
Aaron finish. Usually when we do these, kind of explain why you like the stuff, and then finally, I do like the intro. I like that they cut to the chase with the characters they needed to cut to as far as getting their intros in and out, which is fine. Since I see with these movies, there'll probably be a whole different cast for Suicide Squad 2, which would be fine. But yeah, I like the way they said boom, 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 boom. Let's go. Let's get into it. So with that being said, let's go into our negatives.
Okay, so the action fucking sucked, CY. I don't know what you're talking about, bro. This action was awful, especially compared to its competitors. Even X-Men had better action choreography composition than this. Like the aside from Will Smith's little show off moments.
Yep, which is the moment that I said, and what's the other moment?
I don't think there's any other moment that was really
Harley had some cool moments where she like jumped up on dude and wrapped her legs around and flipped backwards and shot at the dude and the love-hate gun. But besides that, no, I didn't. And then Diablo had his one cool moment. That's it.
It felt like Power Ranger putties.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they came from nowhere.
But you can say that about they need every comic book.
Well, everybody needs punchable bad guys. Like everybody needs bad guys that you can kind of just throw montages with. But like, it was very scattered. There's so many things wrong. And here's the thing: I still enjoy it. So before I go start really hating, I actually genuinely enjoyed watching it. Mm-hmm. Like it's better than Batman versus Superman. It's better than the last X-Men movie. As I really start to really like sit in it for a second, I enjoyed it more than the X-Men movie. Y'all know how I cake for X-Men.
Yeah, almost to a fault.
But it was a bad movie, and it's kind of like part of its goodness is how bad it was.
Mm-hmm. It didn't start out bad though. At first I was like, this is gonna be okay.
Yeah. But it's like two different movies. Like right when the Joker crashed his helicopter, I can tell that most of the reshoots had to have happened before that, because like the movie feels so different after that scene. And it's one like big thing. Did you notice that? So Harley Quinn's neck thing is supposedly out at that time, right? Mm-hmm. But for the rest of the movie, she seems to think that her head is still gonna blow up. Did y'all peep that?
I did peep. I didn't know if I was crazy or not, because I thought that same thing. I was like, what in the hell? Well,
I thought she was kind of riding with Deadshot, because she had kind of formed a bond or a little alliance with him. So every time Deadshot looked at her, it was like, save old boy. She was like, okay, and we didn't save him.
Well, no, that was before the Joker came and got her though. Like after that, the helicopter crashes and whatnot. So remember she
yeah. But I'm just saying, period. Deadshot built this thing where we have to protect this dude, and then she was loyal to Deadshot. So that's why I thought she was so reactionary to somebody trying to pop her neck, because she's worried about the rest of the squad, not just her.
Maybe there's a nuance I missed. Either way, if there's like two different ways of thinking about it for something that should be that blatant, kind of a bad look. But I don't want to dominate.
Yeah. What about you, Ray? Because you actually said you were surprised at how much you didn't like the movie when we were talking earlier.
Well, because I wanted to go into the movie, instead of trying to like read up on everything and to kind of get an idea, I wanted to come in with the perspective of just a person who knows a little something about the characters. I don't think any more, any less than the average person. You know what I mean? I maybe a little bit more, because like I recognize Deadshot. He was an Arrow, right?
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh. Don't make me get in. I got my beef about the whole Suicide Squad as a whole now. Well, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. Well, sure. I think that I was relatively a little bit more familiar with the other characters. So I wanted to go to the movie, and I didn't want to have to worry about, but you know what's in the comic book and everything like that. I just wanted to see the movie straight out. And just even as a movie straight out, I was like, I mean, what? You know what I mean? And I think that a big part of it is the fact that it's a plot that's been done. You know what I mean? Like we've all seen plenty of movies where the government sends some social undesirables to do its dirty work, and you know they have to come together to save the world or whatever. So it relied heavily on character development, and after they stopped developing the characters, like nothing really seemed to make sense. Why did we talk so much about Harley Quinn and the Joker and Deadshot, but then Diablo had a huge moment, and Joker was in the movie more than Diablo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, why was it so much Joker? And then for them to have hyped it up, and I started to kind of get suspicious about the movie when they kept on dropping, Jared Leto had to go to counseling after he did this, and everybody had to, do this.
Yeah,
and this
I don't know why the fuck he did.
Yeah,
right. It's like you weren't even. Easy. You probably could, if he never popped up in the movie, if Joker was never in the movie and it was just Harley Quinn,
it would have been no difference.
No different. Everything would have been fine. Like they didn't try to escape. At the end of the day, it really didn't matter because they accepted her back with no static. You know what I mean? Right. So it was just like, okay, so they did all this hyping with somebody who was supposed to be a secondary character, and then secondary characters got way more burned. We didn't find out shit about Killer Croc.
Killer Croc was fucking awful. That's the only person.
And there's a person that got killed that we're probably not even going to talk about, and he wasn't even supposed to be there.
Right. And that was the one dude that died at the beginning. Yeah. Whoever the fuck he is.
I knew he was going to die because, like, I remember seeing him a couple of times in the previews, and then I thought to myself, that nigga's only in that one section. Mm-hmm. So it makes sense if any of the other Suicide Squad shit I've watched tells me anything, is that somebody's gonna get their head blown off before shit starts, just to let motherfuckers know it's real.
That's right. And his outfit looked terrible. He came out in like trash bags, like pieces of plastic.
Well, you gotta
like Steven Seagal.
You gotta think.
Okay, so then this was my other big beef with the movie. The chick who played Enchantress, what's her name again? Let me scroll back up my screen. I feel like they did such a shitty job of her body animatronics. Like when she was in the subway station and she was doing all the magic,
the wiggle talk.
Yes, it looked like somebody. It looked like somebody copied her face, pasted it, and then smudge tooled it in. It looked terrible, and I could not get over it. I couldn't get over it.
Because I don't know much about. I know that this portrayal of Enchantress was different than the normal portrayal of Enchantress, but I liked at least the character's design concepts, like the little part where the hand grabbed her hand and turned.
That's the standout. That's the standout part.
I was like, ooh,
those are the things that I did enjoy about her. Stuff like that.
But her as a villain was awful. I don't know what she was building, or what it was supposed to do.
Yeah.
I don't understand how her brother. The biggest problem with this movie, I can get over all of the bad shit and still enjoy the movie more than I did. But the thing that really made it a bad movie is that it was just really fucking dumb. Like, I can get over Killer Croc being lame and kind of like useless half the time.
Watching BET.
Right. I can get over the Jokers, my iffy opinion of the Joker. I can get over, a lot of the flaws. But there's a lot of dumb in this movie, especially at the end. Like, so first we got, Enchantress. So first they killed the dude, the brother, who was played by some black male model.
Right.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, she just found the best looking black dude in the fucking city to be her brother and shit. He's like indestructible, destroying shit with his back. Right?
Yeah.
They're hitting this nigga with everything. He just walking like his mosquitoes flying on him. And then he gets blown up by a bomb that didn't blow up but like a 6 foot radius around him. Then we got Amanda Waller, who is like hanging with freaking looking like something from Japanese hentai porn, with tentacles wrapped all around her, shit going in her head. And then like 5 minutes later, she walks out from the spot with the cell phone like, nah, bitches, I still got y'all.
Yeah, right. that shit. Look. Stop right there.
The whole crowd was like, oh, okay.
Yo, stop right there. Let's talk about Amanda Waller and why I'm so frustrated right now. Because this is the thing. Amanda Waller is an evil motherfucker. Like, don't get it twisted. I'm going to take you out regardless, but they made her she's the villain, like the real villain. Like, and
she got the most camera time.
But in the books or in source material, she's just doing what she has to do. She's never been one to be like, or I'm gonna just kill you for no reason. Like, that's not Amanda Waller. And even if you like actually read the source material, Suicide Squad is a combination, bro. Like, most people in the Suicide Squad don't have bombs in their neck. It's about rehabilitation. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Amanda Waller helps with that. So they never show that side. All they show is I'm coming to kill you, and that's it. Right. And
that would have made it a much better movie.
At the very end, they try and show glimpses of it. Well, yeah, you can have the espresso machine and all that, but it's too little, too late. Like, come on, man. Like, why does she kill? I know why she killed
those agents.
Yeah, I know why she killed them, but that's not. Amanda wouldn't have probably done something that hard.
No, she wouldn't have brought. Amanda wouldn't have brought no people with her that she would have had.
She wouldn't. Yeah, she wouldn't have been in that situation.
It did seem oddly jarring, though. Especially Nick Flag's response to it too was incredibly jarring. It's like, you cool? Oh, okay, y'all okay?
Yeah,
because he did not give off that vibe, up until that point. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He was like, "Oh, that's cool." They ain't had clearance.
Right.
So,
I peeped that too.
Hold on, let me get to the last dumb thing at the end. So Enchantress jumps down and has the big punch up fight with everybody. Mm-hmm. Again, poorly choreographed, poorly filmed. Like, if you compare that to the fight between Captain America, Iron Man, and what's the other brother name? Whatever, you get the point.
Oh, Winter Soldier.
Yeah, and so she fights him for like 5 minutes, then jumps back, and then just they all line up in a row and just nice and neat, and then takes everybody's weapons with one move. It's like, all right, why didn't you do that? Like
in the first place,
I understand we needed an action scene, but I'm gonna need this to make more sense.
To be quite honest, I felt like it would probably be a better made video game than a movie.
I can feel you on that.
See, this
it would have made much more sense as a game.
Remember how I always said that WB reacts?
Mm-hmm.
I think that when they did these reshoots, everything was because of Batman versus Superman. You know, every single thing, like, because it, like Feek said, it's two different movies. You can see the split, like it's right down the middle.
I even felt like the previews changed, like before the movie came out. I was like, these previews are telling a different story.
Yeah.
It really makes me wonder if there was actually going to be more Joker in the movie initially, and they had to take him out.
Well, I think I read somewhere that Leto was in it more.
In like 5 more scenes.
Mad about
5 or 6 more scenes.
Yeah. See, here's the thing, though. I hate to say it. Sorry to David Ayer, who I fucks with as I looked at his filmography. I imagine that the first half of the movie is the parts that they reshot a lot of, and that the second half of the movie is his part that they had before. Because you can tell it's so much lighter and more congruent in the beginning. And then right when the Joker supposedly dies, it suddenly goes real dark. Like that whole scene in the bar felt completely like, where we at?
We almost made it, guys.
Yeah.
You're going to blame it on us.
How do we get here?
I'm like, is this a buddy movie? Like, what the fuck?
Like, when did all this happen? Y'all niggas didn't bond.
That means that makes me.
That was weird.
The very end when he says, "Y'all my family now." Like,
what?
Yeah,
we just met.
I mean, I get the redemption piece. I get
to you.
Harley definitely wouldn't have come back. She would have dipped.
Yeah, I get the redemption piece. You know, like the whole "I need to do this for the family I killed" type thing.
Right,
but.
And then they didn't even spend a whole lot of time on it. And then, like, for him to be, okay, first he's not going to do anything, and that's his story that we really didn't talk so much about because we spent 45 minutes learning about Harley again.
And they really could have, if they cut the Joker out, then we have the extra 20 minutes we need to flesh out everybody's story a little bit better.
Right. Then it's like he doesn't really do anything, and all of a sudden he can turn into the fucking inking god of fire.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, that's random.
That's actually, Aaron, you let me know if I'm wrong. Isn't that's canon though, right?
Pretty canon.
Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. I forgot about it until it happened.
Like I
was like, oh yeah, you that dude.
I didn't expect him to actually do it, which was a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, me too.
But one of the only pleasant surprises in that third act, like that third act went on forever.
It felt so. I was like, did I pop a bean? Like, what happened to me? This part of the movie. So, can I say something
Captain
about
Boomerang? Please, can we get rid of Captain Boomerang, please?
He was alright. I'm more mad about.
No.
He wasn't very useful.
Like, he wasn't useful at all.
Cool thing with the satellite. I mean, with the camera on the boomerang, and then after that, he was just kind of there.
Right, drinking energy.
I mean, it's just like Killer Croc. It's just like Killer Croc. He like suplexed one dude
Batista,
and swam some.
Killer Croc looked so. When he took his shirt off, I was like, oh, because he's just all neck and head, and there was just a skinny nigga on. And it was like, why didn't they get Batista?
Well, because
why didn't they get the nigga that plays the mountain?
Oh, well,
bruh.
Yeah. I can't argue with that one. Like
you could have went in for his lines and how deep his voice was, and you had to really sit and listen to him. You could have went and got no real
actor.
Also, does it sound like they gave him a black scent? Like,
yeah,
they had him watching BET and talking.
Well, they made him black, which I don't. So I'm not as mad about the BET thing because Killer Croc has always been portrayed as a for lack of a better word, a low class.
Yeah, he's like a scumbag type dude.
A scumbag type.
Yeah, no,
so it makes sense if you want to watch booty videos. I'm not mad about that. It's just that you could have, if that was sprinkled in, if we had more time to catch that he was a low life, it wouldn't have felt so jarring.
Exactly.
Also, why did he look like he was 19? You know what I'm saying?
This is
little Killer Croc, baby Croc.
They said the rumors are reporting that there were 2 cuts of this film, and that they were showing 2 different cuts to different test audiences. So I can believe there's a totally different movie out there that we'll never see. Like WB is not very good.
I know they'll bring it out eventually.
No, I don't think so because it's too many scenes. Like I'm looking right now, there are 4 other Joker scenes from what I'm telling right now. Like just that alone, like that's another thing. Harley Quinn and Joker's relationship was done totally inaccurately, in my opinion. Joker is abusive of her. Like this, it's not a I love you back type of relationship. And I know why they couldn't do it on screen. They filmed the scenes for it. So why not put them in?
I wonder if we would have got the Harley Quinn Joker breakup during this Suicide Squad.
I would have loved
That's
that.
what I was thinking was going to happen.
Yeah, I would have loved if it would have empowered Harley to like
nope. Right, especially since the Joker abandoned her when Batman caught her. Like that's the setup for the breakup.
Yep.
Right. That was the point I was gonna make about it. Like they did show small little parts where Joker just dipped on her and things like that. So yeah.
So here's the thing: I don't mind the Joker's rendition. In fact, I love this rendition of the Joker. I really wish, however, that Jared Leto had not watched The Dark Knight before starting this role.
Yeah. Because
he didn't have to be Heath Ledger. He could have fucking dude from Walking Dead. You know what I'm saying? What was the not Walter White? What was his homeboy's name?
That's not even Walking Dead. What are you talking about?
Oh shit, not Walking Dead.
White is Breaking
Bad. My bad. Three syllables. What was Jesse? Like this Joker should just kind of be a sleazeball criminal who's crazy. You know what I'm saying? A lot crazier than he should.
Everybody was expecting Meth Head Joker, and this was not Meth Head.
Yeah, this was just kind of Heath Ledger light.
I kind of got to disagree. I think that he made his own thing like that. Like when I look at the Alex Ross cover with him and Harley, like when they recreated it with him in the black tuxedo and her in the actual jester costume. Yeah, man, that right there is gangster.
That part was dope.
That's gangster Joker. Like I like the perfect example when they were in the club with Common. I would have loved to see a movie of that.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah, that's dope.
So I said it to say I get why they kept it a love story because it's a little more compelling for that guy to also because that guy is also sexy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I like this sexy sleazebag Joker concept. It's actually really interesting. And it's, we've been with the Joker for fucking us at alone 30 years. You know what I'm saying? So let alone when he's been around since what, the 40s?
He's one of the original villains.
Yeah. So this is something they've never done to say we're going to make Joker a sleazy meth dealer, but make him hot. So it's like you get why people fuck with him. I like that.
Right.
I'm interested in that.
And he's got style and you know what I'm saying?
He got swag.
I feel like his wardrobe added on a lot to him.
Yeah. The tattoos were dope. Them shits played. Yeah. Everything about him played.
Big ass gold chains, the way he was sitting there with his hands on the cane when Common came up to, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. He doesn't shake hands. I was like,
the sharing, there's another example maybe of the abuse that they cut out because he was basically trying to share Harley on some, weird cuckold shit and then fight a nigga after it. What the fuck was Common doing there?
Well, he was sharing her because dude was talking shit about her. He was gonna have Harley kill him. That wasn't like, here, just take my girl. He was like, oh, okay. That's a game that they run all the time.
Yeah, I mean,
I could tell. She was gonna murder him.
But first I was distracted by Common because it was like I knew he was in it.
Yeah.
I just didn't know what he was doing.
I was totally off on my prediction too. Totally.
I was gonna say, I remember I went back to listen to some old shows to see what we said about it before it came out.
I was excited.
They showed us more of the nothing than than I anticipated. I was like, half the stuff we talked about at the end of the day didn't even matter because it wasn't even a big part of the movie.
Yeah, there was a lot of missed opportunities because
absolutely.
But it was still I still enjoyed myself. It
was good. It was cute. I just would have paid.
I think it's a good one.
I would have definitely did a Tuesday matinee instead, though.
If we were 17, we would love this fucking movie.
Well, and the thing is, I feel like Jeff Johns came in late on this movie Like he didn't have anything to do with writing this movie. So he's actually writing Wonder Woman, or he wrote Wonder Woman. So I'm excited to see the tone shift again. Like I'm feeling now, DC has made me still a little wary, but I'm a little bit more confident with Wonder Woman. Like I can see the course correction changing. So hopefully by Wonder Woman, we get a movie that I can stand up and cheer for.
That really works.
Yeah, because I want to root for DC. I would love to have two companies that both are doing well as far as, these comic book movies. Because and
DC's universe is, as I said, way more interesting.
Yeah.
Their overall, like there's no equivalent to Harley Quinn and or the Joker in DC. You know what I'm saying? You can do a whole movie about them without Batman, and it would be awesome. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And we could, the fucking Deadshot. This universe is just better. You know what I'm saying? Oh, so real quick, I think the Flash costume was cool. Y'all didn't like it?
I did not like it. I did not like it, dog.
I thought it was straight. I didn't, it wasn't.
Did you notice the blue lightning and the fact that I'm supposed to be so fast that bullets can't hit me, but I have armor? Like I don't. I mean,
which would make you heavier, which is not what the Flash would want.
Yeah.
What do you say? What was the last thing?
I said, which would make you heavier, which is not what the Flash would want.
I'm sure it's probably some type of super lightweight alloy for.
But if it's unnecessary, if you can dodge bullets
like that. No. I don't think it's armor for armor's sake. They're probably going to say that it's there for friction reduction. You know what I'm saying?
I'm hoping
because he can't move at those speeds without the protective shell or some scientific mumbo jumbo.
He's the master of time. Like he don't need to worry about friction reduction. He's the Flash.
I get you. I'm just saying it's just a visual concept. Maybe the ideas behind it are probably going to be wonky. But as a visual, when I saw it, I was like, "Oh, that's kind of dope."
This is the thing.
He looked like an Autobot, bro.
He did. This is the thing. I think somebody saw the video game Injustice because Flash's armored there and was like, "Man, that looks cool. Let's do that." I hate you, Zack Snyder. I hate you so much.
Zack Snyder's the worst part of, like, if they would have given this to somebody else, if they'd have given this to Joss Whedon.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Yeah.
This would have been, because Joss Whedon made magic with the Avengers, and the Avengers are the B team. The Avengers are the A team in Marvel now because of what Joss Whedon did with them in the movie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so imagine if he could have taken the actual A team of the Justice League, if we just let Zack Snyder direct a singular Batman movie where he hopefully doesn't get raped.
I forgot that.
So,
but
go ahead.
With that being said, let's give our overall thoughts about where the DC universe is right now. So the DC universe now includes Man of Steel, Batman versus Superman, and now Suicide Squad. So there are 3 movies in, and Wonder Woman will be the first movie Zack Snyder has nothing to do with. They kind of phased him out of this one as well, but he was an EP, executive producer. So I'm gonna go with Raven. Raven, where do you feel like the universe is now versus where it will be probably by Wonder Woman?
I feel like it's fledgling. It's like just so. Knowing that there's somebody that's new over all the movies and stuff like that, and there's a potential that things are going to change because I did like the Wonder Woman previews. I'm not completely done with them yet, but it's just like, geez, this is really bad. So I think by the time Wonder Woman comes out, I think that it looks like it's a little bit of an upper echelon in comparison to Suicide Squad. So I think that people are still going to go, see Wonder Woman and keep giving it a try. But they really need to pull something out because they're like, 0 for 3 at this point?
Well, no, I like Man of Steel. That Man of Steel was probably...
I did too.
Yeah.
We go back.
Okay, they're 1 for 3. That's still bad.
And let's keep it real. All of us said we enjoyed this movie. This is not. I don't count this as a failure because we all said we enjoyed the movie, even though it had big issues. Like Am I mistaken? Is that not?
I mean,
but I enjoy watching Man of Steel as well, and I still say it was a bad movie. You know what I'm saying?
It was fun to watch in the sense of like, oh yeah, it's cool, but overall as a movie, like I don't think that I would buy it when it came on DVD.
Okay,
I don't think
this is their first movie that I'll watch again, and it wouldn't be a hate watch. Like I might watch Batman versus Superman again to hate watch it.
Yeah.
I watched Man of Steel at least one more time to hate watch, but this one is more like. This is like Three Ninjas. Y'all remember that shit?
That actually used to be one.
I would dig this. I would buy this out of the $5 bin at Walmart.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
But let me stop cutting off. Baby, you finish. I'm sorry.
Oh, that was really it. Is that I would pay $5. I would pull it out of the $5 bin at Walmart, but that'll probably be like it.
What about you, CY? What do you feel like the universe is now with all the movies they still have yet to come?
I feel like they're in trouble. I feel like they need to make sure that they tighten up on what they're doing with Batman and everything to move forward with Justice League. Because again, this could have been better, I feel like. And I don't feel like I come from that standpoint a lot. I usually am like, either it was good or it was doomed. But this could have been way better. I felt like this could have been a really good moment. They had star power, they had budget, all eyes were on them. And it was good, but it wasn't great, and they needed a great. So they got about one more chance before people start giving up on DC, I think, in the movies.
What about you, Feek?
I feel like they need to just hard reboot this shit or soft reboot. Because they just, they fucked up when they put Zack Snyder over it. They just did. Like, Zack Snyder ruined Batman. He ruined Superman. He tainted this. And so now the foundation of the DC universe, Batman and Superman are, Bambi legs. You know what I'm saying? So I guess we could just forget about it. Like, is Batman going to kill motherfuckers in Justice League? If he doesn't, will they at least acknowledge? Will he say, like, Superman gave me my hope back? Like something has to happen to get them back on track. Batman
acknowledging that he killed people is a whole nother movie.
Well, but not in this, not in this universe. You know what I'm saying? This universe, it has to happen kind of next. They can't just have him not killing people in the next movie.
That's all they're gonna do.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah, he's not killing anybody else.
Yeah, I'm sure he's not killing. I'm sure he's not going to kill anybody.
They're not going to talk about it either.
Nope, they're not going to talk about it.
Hell no, you can't.
You can't because that ties back to the.
Well, they could because Aquaman don't have a problem murking motherfuckers. Yeah, neither does Wonder Woman. So they could be like that scene where Aquaman's about to kill somebody and Batman stops him, and he can be like, "This is a route I don't take anymore. I'm Batman." You know what I'm saying? Something like it can be that simple.
Judging from Aquaman, he's gonna be like, "Man, if you don't get your motherfucking hands off me, bro."
So like, there's a lot of good things. Maybe they don't hard reboot. Maybe they just keep whatever new direction they're going in, and I hope it turns out good. Ironically, I wonder if this movie would have been better had they not reshot it, because David Ayer clearly wanted to make a sleazy, dark, gonzo superhero film, and it ended up being campy fun for the first hour, and then like dark nonsense for the last 45 minutes.
Yeah, if it would have been dark like it was in the beginning, I think we would have liked this movie a lot more.
Yeah, maybe. I think they just got scared of dark because of Zack Snyder's dark shit, and
But
I think that it could have been done. They could,
because it is dark.
Yeah. For me, what I'll say is they bought a pass. It wasn't bad enough to where I'm throwing the baby out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing that, but they only got one more shot. And Wonder Woman is it.
If Wonder Woman's bad, I'm not watching any more of their movies in theaters.
Wonder Woman is already hopeful for me, because guess what? There was sunlight. You saw a movie with sunlight. So that one other thing before we get out of here that really bothered me, DC, y'all got to quit putting those filters or whatever y'all put on y'all movies.
Like a porn filter. I don't know what it is.
It's like a tint like a sepia or something, but it just because the movie's dark doesn't mean that the color
everything else has to be
the
dark.
color of the movie don't have to be dark as well. You know, like it's
what do we say this movie? What story is this movie like?
Hot Topic.
Hot Topic.
It's very
Hot
true.
Topic.
They even had 21 Pilots at the end, and I heard it. I thought I heard it like on a preview.
Oh, nigga, the ending. I forgot. Let's talk about this ending. The very end.
You talking about
the Amanda Waller portion, the mid credit.
Yeah.
So
I fucks with that.
Well, no. Why the fuck did Batman need to get this information when he had to? This is not a prequel. This is a sequel.
Who does Batman go to get information from?
Nobody.
No.
He goes downstairs.
You don't go talk to Amanda
Waller comes to him.
No, historically, they do have that type of relationship. Like, that's why I enjoyed that portion of it, even the part where he walked out like, don't do it or me and my friends will.
Yeah,
and she was like, you should stop working nights. Like, that's kind of straight out the comic. Like,
Okay.
But you don't need to go to Amanda Waller for this shit, dog. Like, you already have a disc with everybody's location and their logo. Remember, guys? Like,
and a quick 5-second teaser for their movie.
Yeah, for their movie. So everybody thought it was a sequel. This was a prequel. It's not a prequel. It's a sequel. Because in the movie,
she clearly says at the end, Superman died.
Yeah.
That part was like there were so many really good things.
Yeah, that part
just
was dope.
really good things. That part where they talk about Superman's death and how it affected the national psyche.
Yeah.
I don't remember what she said.
Yeah.
But she said like
she was like there was
died.
Superman before, and then there's how it affected everybody after Superman.
Yeah.
And she also mentioned that there were other teams getting formed everywhere.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, it was so many good pieces to this movie. I just wish they would have been shuffled in a different way. Let's go around.
There's a really good movie somewhere in this.
What they have.
Cut.
Yeah.
But
there's a really good. There's the Dark Avengers that they wanted somewhere in here, and what we got was kind of like shepherd's pie.
I just wish
jambalaya, but not good jambalaya.
I wish Will Smith would stop being Will Smith.
I didn't mind Will Smith.
You know what? I named my Will Smith disease, the Will Smith syndrome. Every time I see Will Smith in a movie now, he's kind of just Will Smith, and it's poor Will Smith. It's superhero Will Smith. Look, it's Will Smith all the time, and I think that he was good in this movie.
Yeah,
and
I enjoyed
funny.
him.
But it's just like
he was great. He was the second best, or 1 and 1A between him and Harley.
Yeah,
I didn't like him.
but then also it comes to the fact that they spent a good chunk of the movie talking about him too.
Yeah, well, I mean, you got Will Smith in the movie. What you gonna do? You gonna make him a bit player?
But there were like 5 other people in the movie.
Yeah, that's probably why.
What's the lady's name? Katana? Was that her name?
Oh, I forgot about her ass.
Talked about
like,
her.
that was when I knew shit was about to go bad. When she just jumped on the helicopter, like I'm
Katana.
Yeah.
Hi guys.
Y'all remember?
Right.
Hey, low key though.
Sword capture souls.
Katana was bad.
Yeah, right. But it was just off. Like it was like it reminded me of and I got to get props. I don't remember who I got this from, a review I saw. But y'all remember Mortal Kombat Annihilation when characters just popped the fuck up?
Yeah. That's how it felt.
That was exactly how her shit was. Like, I am Katana. And like Rick Flag was like, her sword eats your soul. I'm like, nigga, how you know that?
Right.
Like, you was acting all surprised.
And how are you just keeping it casual like that? Like, whatever it kills, it keeps its soul. him anyway.
And she like fake pulled her sword like 6 times. She only really pulled it and did work like twice.
Yeah,
she was threatening all day.
The most disappointing thing is the action being poorly directed.
Yeah, the action was really bad.
This action, if this was Zack Snyder's action or somebody else that really knows how to choreograph and compose action scenes, we probably don't notice the dumb shit as much as we do.
I would have rather had Steven Seagal direct all the action scenes.
Somebody with just visual of the dudes that did The Raid. You know what I'm saying?
You know who comes to mind for me? Guy Ritchie.
Yeah, I can see that.
Guy Ritchie could have been good for this movie.
Yeah, but that's
Guy Ritchie could have been really good.
Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, Snatch.
Rock and Roller. Snatch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would have been good for this.
Maybe I can see. Yeah, you know what? Definitely. You right.
He would have been good for this. have somebody else direct the fight scenes. Let him just do the style of it. He would have. He would have. Joker would have been incredible if he would have done this shit.
Yo, all I say is DC on notice now, dog. Like,
super notice. They got that. They got that letter on their door.
The saving grace is their new president. Like, period. Yes. That's the only thing holding me up.
On appeal. They're not on notice
because I don't know if you noticed, but DC Rebirth. Nobody's been reading in this group has been reading those books. Those books are real good. Like, real good. They brought Wally West back. Wally West been dead for like 15 years. Brought him back, the original Wally West. Like, this is an upward trend, and I'm hoping that it continues with Wonder Woman. Like, that comes out the end of this year, right?
I'm not sure. I feel like it doesn't.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure it's the end of this year.
I don't think it's 2016 movie. I just don't feel like they had 3 movies for 2016.
2017.
Okay. Doctor Strange is next. My bad.
June 2nd, 2016 is June 2nd, 2017.
Okay. So we got a whole year for Wonder Woman. I thought it was gonna come earlier. Yeah. But the fact that it's in June is a good sign because when they moved Batman vs Superman into March, I was like, oh, that's my third. That's all I need.
Yeah.
To know that it's gonna suck.
So let's go around the room, give our ratings 1 out of 5. I believe that's how we still did it. I'll go with CY. What do you give this movie?
Give it a generous 3 out of 5.
That's not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah.
What about you, Ray? And make sure, could you please write these down?
2 out of 5.
Okay, that's not bad. It's not bad. What about you, Fig Blurman?
I'm gonna go with 2.7.
Mm-hmm.
This nigga.
I understand that. That's what I wanted to get, but I just didn't want to be a bitch about it.
Yeah.
Oh, we can't do decimal points in this bitch?
We can.
I mean, this ain't The Price is Right, Nick.
No, they don't do decimal points in The Price is Right.
Yeah.
No, but they do like $2.25.
Yeah, we
$2.50.
Can. We can.
$1. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. So you gave it 2.7. All right.
Yeah. Still. So if you like comic book movies, see it.
Yeah, you got to see it.
But if you're just a tangential comic book fan and you want like an action movie, I heard Star Trek was way better.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I'll give it a 3. I think it's not the worst movie I've ever seen. It definitely doesn't deserve all of the killing that it's getting from the critics. I feel like it's getting right now on Rotten Tomatoes. It's worse than Batman vs Superman,
which is astoundingly.
It's insane. That's insane.
Nah, it was no.
So I mean, and the actual viewers are listing it at about 73%, which is about right. That's about right. So I give it a 3. I think it's a good movie, not great, but it's hope, still hope. So, Raven, what's that average that we got?
Let me see. Was that 10.7 feet? But it's 5 stars. 20. It's like 50. It's like 5 half stars.
Nigga, what math is this? What happened?
Are you doing that Foxy Brown math?
No. See, what happened was my phone screen broke.
Oh,
it's 10.7 stars altogether. If somebody wants to do it, because I'm trying not to cut up my phone.
2.67 out of 5 stars.
So it's like 2.7. So it's
2.7.
We got to round it down to 2.5. That's what we got. 2.5 stars for Suicide Squad. So,
that's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair. I fucks with that.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah.
So go see it for yourself, though. Don't take our word for it. And yeah, we'll be back next time.
And don't feel bad for these spoilers because really, there's nothing really to spoil in this.
That's the thing. I don't even remember what we spoiled. Like,
yeah.
Shit. We didn't. I don't think we really spoiled much.
There was really only like one thing to spoil.
There's no real surprises in the movie, though.
I was going to say the only thing that you can really spoil in the movie is that the first half of the mission, they're not really going to save a scientist. They're going to save Amanda Waller.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that even kind of shocked me. I was like, damn. Oh, okay.
Ooh. The biggest disappointment to me was how they even introduced the Joker. For all the hype, the Joker should have had the dopest introduction scene.
Yeah, but
then can we talk about the dropping into the big ass vat together and then the red and blue ink that comes up and
I fucks with
I was
that.
confused about that. I didn't get what they fell into.
That's an
It's
old
Ace Chemical.
They fell into the same thing that he was basically on some like the Max shit where you die for me, we can make it to the top, baby. If you jump in this vat, and because this is how he got made, and so she jumped in the vat, and he was like, "Oh, I love her so much, I'm gonna jump in there with her and pick her up, and then we're gonna swirl around and laugh." But where does the red and the blue come from?
That's a good ass fucking question.
Maybe that's why I'm so confused about what they jumped into.
Just all of it.
She had on a blue dress.
Yeah, I think she had on I think he had on a red shirt and she had on a blue dress.
No, his shirt was like.
It was just all.
It doesn't.
Yeah, it was all bad. It was all bad. And then they're like floating around in this big ass bucket of oatmeal. I want to say it's something else, but we're doing a review, and it was just it was.
Yeah,
it was.
It like I said, that whole relationship. Like, if you just cut that out and save it for the Batman movie, I'm perfectly fine.
Or their own movie.
Yeah, Harley. They did say Harley is in talks to get her own movie.
That would be dope.
Which is dope, and I hope it's the more independent. I'm never gonna let anybody hurt me again, Harley from the New 52, than the animated series. Because in the animated series, there was a couple times where Joker like was slapping her like off screen. Like, yeah, so
but that was before. That was before Harley was a character, though.
Yeah.
A lot of folks don't know. Batman, the anime series, is still to this day to me the best animated show ever.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like they created that character that is now the fourth most popular character in all of the DC comics. Superman, Batman. I'm assuming somebody comes before her before you get to Harley.
Wonder Woman is still up there, so.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Yeah, anyway. It's been an episode of Rune Reviews. Check it out. We gave it 2.5 stars for Suicide Squad. So until next time, y'all, we out.
Y'all are Doctor Strange.
See y'all, Doctor Strange. Peace.
Yeah. Peace.